Yo, what's good? This your boy Jay Howard. In this video, I want to talk about the movie starring Jamie Foxx, Samuel Jackson, Leonardo DiCaprio, guest appearance by Frank O'Neill, the original DJango Unchained star, and a movie directed by Quentin Tarantino entitled DJango Unchained. I want to know what you guys think. Most of you guys that's watching this video probably saw it. If not, it's going to be a spoiler if you watch this video. The question I want to pose: do you think it was a little bit over the top as far as racism? Do you think Samuel Jackson's character, Steven, Calvin is Leonardo DiCaprio, do you think he went a little bit too far? Was it buffoonish of Samuel Jackson, the role that he played as Steven, the house nigger? Well, let's get started. My personal opinion on the movie, I love the movie. I'm a huge Quentin Tarantino fan. I didn't take anything personal from the movie. I didn't take a lot of subliminal messages. It was a lot of things that were subliminal in the movie. You know what I mean? When you watch it, it was a lot of subliminal things here and there probably, but I didn't add anything to it. I don't think that Quentin Tarantino was too over the top. I think one thing that he did do that a lot of people probably don't like is the excessive use of the N-word. You know, he used it a lot, but hey, this is America. That was in the 1800s, mid-1800s, when slavery was still about. And it was like that. Those were the times, you know what I mean? It was, and I can't say that they was using the nigger word lightly. They was using it heavy. You know, it was being laid on people. Hey, nigga, get over, you black bastard. I'm talking to you, nigger. Nigger, I mean business. Get your black ass up and move it. Move it, nigger. That was the dialogue for the day for every black person in America, especially in Mississippi at that time. The Dr. King Schultz character, Christoph Waltz, I loved his character. I thought that he played that character pretty good, you know, being the German bounty hunter, you know, and he offered a bounty, and he had some type of charisma about himself also, and he had some compassion towards slavery. I thought that was a plus, you know, to find anybody, you know, back then that really had that type of compassion. You know, as far as Leonardo DiCaprio's character, to me, it was hilarious. More than anything, not to deviate, the Django Unchained was more hilarious than taken serious to me. It was more like an over-the-top 1970s spaghetti western black exploitation film, kind of like Boss Nigger with Fred Williamson. It was a lot of movies that was damn near on that borderline that what Quentin Tarantino has done in this movie. I can name movies right now that you probably will watch, and they're supposed to have serious content to them, but they were so over the top. It was almost hilarious. I don't know if you guys ever saw Drum, starring Ken Norton and Warren Oates. That was a slave movie. It was like Mandingo, like the movie. I think it was like a part 2 of Mandingo or a prequel to Mandingo or something. But anyway, Drum was hilarious. It was damn near like the Django Unchained. So if you saw the Django Unchained and you want to keep watching some shit like that, watch Drum with Ken Norton. Mandingo was better. Mandingo, the acting was much better in Mandingo. Mandingo was a great movie. And the acting was superb in Mandingo. You know what I mean? But Drum was a little bit kind of watered down and kind of like funny. They used the word nigger and talked about sex through the whole movie. So anyway, back to Django. A lot of people, black people especially, probably going to be outraged with Samuel Jackson. A lot of people are going to probably laugh at it. But a lot of people are going to say, whoa, did he have to have him acting like that? Well, Samuel Jackson is an actor, and that's his job. You know what I mean? Whether he acted like he was a house nigger or a thug on the street. I think you can't take it both ways. You can't parade Samuel Jackson for acting tough as Jules in Pulp Fiction, being a killer and this cool dude with the afro, but you can't take to see him as a house slave in a movie. It's like pick your poison, you know what I mean? When it's all said and done, you know he's not a house nigger, and you know he's not Jules from Pulp Fiction. You know he's Samuel Jackson, an actor. So I want to know what you guys think. Me personally, I don't think Quentin Tarantino pressed the bar. I think a lot of things was reckless about the film. I thought the soundtrack was terrible. The soundtrack was like annoying as fuck. The music just popping in and out. You know what I mean? I thought the dialogue for Jamie Foxx was bad. At some points, after the whole movie, it's just he didn't say enough. He pretty much just stood there like In some moments, they didn't say anything towards the end of the movie. Kerry Washington did a great job. She did a great job. But the wild card actor in the movie to me, and he was fucking hilarious, was Don Johnson from Miami Vice. That's right. Don Johnson from Miami Vice was hilarious, dude. His name was Big Daddy. Don Johnson killed his part, like real talk. Don Johnson was like this pimpish type slave owner, dude. His character was phenomenal to me. See, one thing I like about the Django Unchained, even with Leonardo DiCaprio, it challenged those actors. It really challenged them. Believe it or not, you might say, well, is it easy for a white person to act like he don't give a fuck about black people? A lot of people say that, probably black and white. To a certain degree, it is. When you talking like you're from the 1800s. And you know, at times, it was seen kind of flawed because, like when Samuel Jackson, when he was inside the house, he talked like an old slave. But then when they had the personal moments with him, he was talking like Samuel Jackson from Pulp Fiction, kind of. I noticed little stuff like that. Another thing I thought was cool was he had the guy, Franco Nero, from the original DJango Unchained. He had a guest appearance in the movie. You know, a lot of people are not going to know this, going to be over their head. When he was watching the Mandingo fighters fight, and he came in there, he was one of the guys he had a fighter that was fighting against Leonardo DiCaprio's slave. And he said, "What's your name?" He said, "DJango." The D is silent. The guy that he said that to, that's Franco Nero. That's the guy from the original DJango Unchained. So the movie was cool. It was a great experience. One thing that I did like about it, because I'm an actor myself, I love the fact that for that era and that time frame, they did pull off that angriness that America had at the time with slavery. They pulled off the fear of the black slaves, like with Samuel Jackson, the love he had for his master, and that type of stuff. Like when he died, he screamed out loud. When they went to his funeral, he was singing a gospel hymn. That was the brainwashing stuff that was done to slaves back then, where a slave felt like, if my master is hurting, I'm hurting. You know, how he felt that he had to be harder on black people, harder on the slaves than the slave master, because he saw the way the slave master treated the slaves. He felt, as a house nigga, I'm privileged, but I have to be even harder on him. When he's like, that nigga ride the horse. That shit was hilarious. It was hilarious to me. It's nothing. I think a lot of people are going to let it get to them. And they start saying, man, what's funny about watching a slave movie? Hey, it was a movie. I mean, if you can go in that movie theater, and it was in moments like where I felt like, whoa, I don't want to see this. But in the end, I'm an actor myself. And I felt like it would be going overboard for me to not enjoy myself watching this film. I don't think Quentin Tarantino was a racist. I don't think that he did that movie to say, oh, I'm gonna make a racist movie to get back at black people. I don't think none of that shit has anything to do with anything. So I don't expect, a lot of people to say nothing dumb like that. Not to me, especially. But far as the Samuel Jackson character, that character might raise some eyebrows because it was a vicious depiction of a house nigger, like to the max. I have never seen a character displayed like that on television or in film ever in my life. And if you saw the movie, I want to know what you think. I want to know if you think that the movie went overboard. This is a question I'm posing. The purpose of this video is to get your opinion. The people out there on the other side of the screen, to get your opinion on DJango Unchained. I want to know the following. I want to know if you felt that Quentin Tarantino went over the top with the excessive use of the N-word. I want to know if you think the characters were over the top, or you just, like, give me your honest opinion. Do you think that, especially the Samuel Jackson character, do you think that character was a little bit too excessive? And give me your thoughts on Jamie Foxx as the leading guy to Django, because I loved at the end, the action sequences was off the chain. Jamie Foxx did his thing at the end of the movie. He did his thing. One thing that I want to say, and I don't want to start now with this video, but I gotta keep it real. I had read some reviews on Yahoo about the Django Unchained, and there was a lot of people saying negative things about Jamie Foxx. They were talking about how they don't want to support him, they'd never go see anything that he does, all this and that, this and that. And I don't know who the people were, I don't know them, but I want to know if anybody got anything against him. I know it. Now, let me keep it real with you. I'm going to end this video. Jamie Foxx can't be a jerk. Personally, I'm not real crazy about Jamie Foxx. He did some shit that I saw on a comedy special that I didn't like. I think he's a little arrogant at times, a little bit, but that has nothing to do with his acting. That's as a personal person, it's things I don't like about him. You know what I mean? But it's nothing to say I hate him. I don't hate him. I think he's a good actor. He's a great actor, to be honest with you. So I can never, the personal things that I saw him do, it's minor. It's like this big. And who am I? You know what I mean? I'm a fucking nobody. You know what I mean? I'm a real motherfucker. I'm just keeping it real with you. I'm not no motherfucker making no video. I keep it real. I say honest shit. You know what I mean? I'm not no fucking film critic. And I'm not no motherfucker Jamie Foxx got to please. I'm Jay Howard. I'm trying to make it. I'm doing what I do. Jamie Foxx doing what he do. He just done some personal shit. It's small and minute. Don't even want to talk about it. They did that like as a personal person. But as an actor, I think he's a good actor. A lot of people in those comments, it seemed like they was more jarring at him in a jealous type fashion. In a way like, I hate him and they couldn't explain it. Man, keep it real. That man ain't did shit to you. And if you like the movie, you don't. I want to hear what you guys got to say. I'm your boy Jay Howard. Till next time. Peace.